You ever notice how the second you stop making someone a priority, they suddenly start paying attention? It's wild how it works, but it happens every time. You're out here always calling first, checking in on her day, sending those good morning texts, making plans, picking the restaurant, going out of your way to show you care. You think if you keep showing up, she'll see how genuine you are, how much you're willing to give, and appreciate it one day. But she doesn't. She gets comfortable, thinking you'll always be there. She knows you'll text first. You'll plan the dates. You'll check in when she goes quiet so she never feels the need to do it herself. You've made it too easy for her. She doesn't have to put in effort because you're carrying everything, and she knows it. But the day you stop, the day you decide to put yourself first and stop checking her stories, stop double texting, stop making plans, that's the day everything flips. Suddenly, she's wondering where you went, why you're not blowing up her phone, why you're not asking to see her, and it bothers her because the energy she was getting without earning it is gone. She'll start watching your stories. She'll find reasons to text you about random things. She'll casually drop a comment on your post pretending it's nothing, but it's not nothing. It's her realizing she lost the attention that fed her ego, and now she feels it. This isn't about playing games. It's about waking up to your own worth. It's about realizing you should never be begging for time, energy, or validation from someone who barely gives any in return. It's about stepping back so you can focus on yourself and let the energy shift naturally. When you stop chasing, you finally see who actually values you and who is only there for the attention you provided. And you finally learn that pulling back is the most powerful move you can make because it lets the right people show up and the wrong ones fade out. Asterisk, when you finally walk away. She doesn't see it coming, and that's exactly why it hits her so hard. She's used to guys always sticking around, no matter how little she gives in return. Used to men trying harder when she starts pulling away. Used to the attention staying on her even when she's cold, distant, or ignoring texts. She's been conditioned to believe that you'll always be there, waiting, ready to give her validation whenever she feels like picking up her phone to check if you're still around. She thinks she can come and go as she pleases, that she can give you breadcrumbs, and you'll be grateful for any small moment of attention she decides to toss your way. But when you decide you're done, when you decide your peace and self-respect matter more than chasing someone who doesn't appreciate it, everything changes. At first, she acts like she doesn't care, pretending she's unbothered and going on with her life as if your absence means nothing. She might even post on social media like she's living her best life. But it's all a front, a desperate attempt to convince herself she's in control. But as the hours turn into days, and the days turn into weeks, she starts to feel that emptiness she didn't expect. She starts to wonder why you haven't texted, why you haven't liked her pictures, why you're not showing up in her notifications, and it begins to mess with her mind. She'll replay conversations in her head, scroll through old messages, and overthink every moment, trying to figure out if you're really done or if this is just a phase. She will question if you've moved on, if you're seeing someone else, if you've stopped caring. That's when the reality sinks in, when she realizes she doesn't have the control she thought she had. She starts to understand that your presence wasn't something she was entitled to. And for the first time, she feels what it's like to lose a man who actually means it when he walks away. And that fear of truly losing your energy begins to haunt her every day. Asterisk, she wasn't just enjoying your company. She was enjoying the way you made her feel every single day. Your attention was her daily fuel, the validation she didn't even realize she was depending on until it was gone. You were the one giving her compliments that boosted her confidence, checking in to see how her day was going, making her feel seen and important in a world that constantly craves attention. Your energy was what she looked forward to, even if she didn't admit it, and it became part of her routine to receive your consistent presence. Then you pulled it back, and the silence that followed was louder than anything you ever said. Suddenly, there's no good morning text popping up on her phone, no late-night calls asking about her dreams and goals, no random messages reminding her she's beautiful or asking if she made it home safely. She scrolls through her phone in the morning, expecting your name to be there, and it's not. She starts to notice the space you've left, a void she didn't expect to feel. And it confuses her because she can't understand why she's missing something she claimed she didn't need. At first, she will try to distract herself, post stories trying to look unbothered, hang out with friends, pretend she's too busy to care, but deep down, there's an itch she can't scratch, a restless feeling that something is missing. She starts checking your stories, seeing what you're up to, hoping you notice she's watching, hoping you'll reach out, but you don't. That's when she starts making small moves to test if she still has your attention. Liking an old post, sending a casual hey as if it's nothing, replying to your story with a laughing emoji, anything to see if you'll bite. But if you respond instantly, she wins, because it means she still has you. The real shift happens when you stay unbothered, continuing to live your life without giving her the reaction she wants. And that's when she starts to panic, realizing the energy she took for granted isn't coming back just because she decided to return. Now she's in the exact place you once were, feeling the uncertainty, the confusion, the frustration that you carried quietly while still showing up for her every day. She starts overthinking everything, replaying your last conversations, wondering if she missed signs that you were slipping away, questioning if you've met someone else, if you're giving your energy to someone who actually appreciates it. She scrolls through your social media, checking your stories, looking for clues that might tell her what you're doing, who you're with, and if you're as unbothered as you seem. She can't stand the silence because, for the first time, she's facing the consequences of her own actions, realizing that your absence feels heavier than she expected. She thought you would always be there, that no matter how distant or cold you'd still be waiting, ready to give her the comfort and validation she craved on her terms. But now, the tables have turned, and she's the one who can't get you off her mind. She starts to convince herself that she needs to get your attention back, that she needs to do something to feel in control again. It's not always because she wants a real relationship. Sometimes it's simply because she can't stand the idea that she lost a man who truly valued her. She might start liking every photo you post, comment something random to remind you she's still around, bring up inside jokes or old memories hoping to pull you back emotionally, post pictures trying to make you jealous, hoping you'll react. But nothing she does feels satisfying because you're no longer giving her the response she wants. She doesn't know how to handle the fact that she's the one overthinking, craving your energy, wondering why you're not reaching out. She's in a constant state of questioning herself, unsure if you're gone for good, and the reality that you might actually be moving on without her starts to feel like a punishment she wasn't prepared to face. By now she's standing at a crossroads she never thought she'd reach, forced to either admit she messed up and try to win you back, or attempt to distract herself with someone else to numb the feeling she's been avoiding. This is the stage where many women jump into rebound situations. Not because they're ready to love someone else, but because they're desperate to escape the emptiness your absence has left in their daily life. She doesn't want to sit alone with her thoughts, scrolling through your photos, seeing your life moving forward while hers feels stuck. So she tries to replace what she lost with something temporary. Someone who gives her quick attention, someone she hopes will help her forget how your energy made her feel seen, safe, and admired. But the truth is, you can't replace real connection. And she quickly realizes the attention she's getting now feels cheap compared to what you gave her freely without her even asking. She starts to notice that the new guy isn't as patient, that the conversations feel forced, that the validation isn't genuine. And she finds herself comparing every small interaction to how you treated her. She might post photos with him, trying to convince the world she's moved on, but deep down she feels the hollowness of pretending, knowing she's settling for something less just to avoid the reality that she lost a man who truly cared. And when the temporary distraction fades and the fun dies down, she's left with the truth that she made a mistake she can't take back. Realizing too late that she downgraded, that what she thought was easily replaceable wasn't, she thought. You were just another guy who would chase her forever. But now she sees you were different, and that realization hits hardest when she understands you're not waiting anymore.